Hi, this is Dr. Mervin. In this video, we are going to see how to organize and graph a qualitative data. So, we are going to learn how to construct a frequency distribution, construct relative frequency and percentage distributions. Then we are going to learn about graphical presentation of qualitative data, in which we are going to learn about bar graph and pie charts. So let us start with frequency distribution. A frequency distribution for qualitative data lists all categories and the number of elements that belong to each of the categories. Relative frequency of a category is equal to frequency of the category divided by sum of all the frequencies. Percentage is equal to relative frequency into 100. So let's learn how to organize and graph a qualitative data with an example. So here a sample of 30 employees for large companies was selected and these employees were asked how stressful their jobs were. The responses of these employees are recorded next where very represents very stressful, somewhat means somewhat stressful and none stands for not stressful at all. So the data is given here. We are asked to construct a frequency distribution, relative frequency distribution and percentage distribution table for these data. From the question, we have to identify the variable. The variable is the quantity that is being measured. Here we are measuring the stress on job. So that becomes the variable and it is put on the left heading of the table. The first thing that we have to do is identify the various categories under the variable. Here stress on job, the first category is very. The second category is somewhat. The third category is none. Now we do something called as tally, which we have learned in our childhood. The first data is somewhat. So under tally against the variable category somewhat, we put a standing line. The next data is very. So against the category very, I put another standing line. Similarly, the next data is very. So again, I put against the category very a standing line. Next is somewhat. So I put a line before the category somewhat. Next is somewhat. So again third line before somewhat. Next is none. So a standing line is drawn before none. Next is somewhat. So I draw the fourth standing line before somewhat. Next data is somewhat. So I strike off the four lines in the category somewhat and this forms a set of 5. I continue and mark all the data values under the tally against the categories. Next in the table I give a heading frequency. Now under the frequency for each category I write down the frequency value by counting the number of sets in the tally. Below the table I write the sum of the frequencies. Why do we need to do this tally? This is a very small problem with a few data values. So we can even count and write. But if the problem is very large or in numbers, it will be always confusing and we will carry out some silly error. So to avoid this, we do the tally. Next, for the relative frequency table, we write down the frequency value and divide it by the sum of the frequencies. So here very category has the frequency of 10 and the sum of the frequencies is 30. So I write down under the relative frequency 10 divided by 30 and the answer rounded off to the 3 decimal points is 0.333. Next we write down the relative frequency for somewhat and none. So for somewhat it is 0.467 when rounded off to the 3 decimal points and for none it is 0.200. Next the sum of the relative frequency will be equal to 1. This is always equal to 1 but sometimes due to rounding of errors it will be very close to 1 also. Next, percentage distribution. Percentage is given by relative frequency into 100. So here the relative frequency for very is 0.333 multiplied with 100 gives me 33.3. Similarly for somewhat the answer is 46.7 and for none it is 20. The sum of the frequencies is equal to 100. It is always 100 but sometimes due to rounding of errors again it can be close to 100. With that, the organizing the qualitative data is over. Next, we go to graphing of the qualitative data. Bar graph. A graph made of bars whose height represents the frequencies of the respective categories is called a bar graph. So this is a bar graph. Here in the x-axis we take the variables and there are three variables. So we divide the x-axis into three parts and write down vary, somewhat and none. In the y-axis we take the frequency. Now for the previous problem we plot the bar graph and here the heights of the bar is equal to the frequencies. So vary has 10 and somewhat has a height of 14 and none has a height of 6. In the bar graph, the bars do not touch each other. Next, we go for pie chart. A circle divided into portion that represents the relative frequencies or percentage of a population or a sample belonging to different categories is called a pie chart. To plot a pie chart, we first use the relative frequency table and then we calculate something called the angle size. We know that the total angle of a circle is 360 degrees. So for the angle size, we multiply 360 with the relative frequency and we get the values for each of the categories. The sum of the angle should be equal to 360 degrees. Otherwise, we won't get a pie chart. Next, we divide the circle into three parts using the angle size. So the first part here is none, which is 20%. Next is somewhat, which is 46.7%. Next is very, which is around 33.3%. So this is how you organize and graph the qualitative data. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this video. Thank you.